Attention passionate Chicago, Bears fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Chicago Bears' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Chicago Bears fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Chicago Bears fans. Let's get to the news now. If you've been paying close attention to NFL rumors lately, you already know that the Chicago Bears are in the middle of a major shakeup. Rumors swirling around suggest that Chicago is aiming for a bold move to bolster their passing game, and one name that's been prominently linked to the Bears is T. Higgins from the Cincinnati Bengals. And let me tell you, if this trade goes through, it could be one of the most impactful moves for the Bears in years. The potential acquisition of Higgins could completely transform their offensive dynamic and set them up for a serious playoff push next season. So what's the story here? Well, sources from Pro Football Reference and other NFL insiders suggest that the Bengals, currently sitting at a 5-8 record, are in some serious salary cap trouble. Following Joe Burrow's knee injury and the subsequent dip in team performance, Cincinnati finds itself in what's called a cap hell, especially after losing their star quarterback for a good chunk of the season. They're looking at ways to free up cap space, and one way they're doing that is by shopping around Higgins, who's entering his prime at just 26 years old and has been a deep threat weapon for them since he entered the league in 2020. The Bengals are reportedly asking for a second-round pick in the 2026 draft and a fourth-rounder in the same year in exchange for Higgins. This move would free up around $15 million in salary cap space, which Cincinnati plans to use to rebuild their defensive line, a unit that's been allowing around 150 rushing yards per game. It's a strategic shift for the Bengals, who are clearly trying to avoid losing Higgins in free agency next year and are also concerned about their prospects in the AFC with their defense giving up so many points, about 26 points per game, which is not good enough for a team with playoff aspirations. For the Bears, this trade could be a game changer. Chicago currently has around $30 million in cap space, and adding a player like Higgins would give them a true explosive weapon on offense. Higgins has put up some solid numbers over his career, and this season in particular, he's been fantastic. Last year in 2025, he recorded 75 receptions, over 150 yards, and scored 10 touchdowns. His PFF grade of 89. One ranks him among the top 6 wide receivers in the league, showcasing his elite route running, ability to make contested catches, and yards per target, a strong 10.6. His EPA, expected points added, per reception is plus 0.51, indicating he's a reliable, high-impact receiver who can stretch defenses and open up the field for the Bears' offense. Higgins' career stats are impressive, with over 200 yards and 42 touchdowns since entering the league. His ability to make plays downfield and in contested situations makes him a perfect fit for a Bears attack looking for that extra punch. His injury history includes missing 2 games in November 2025 due to back issues, but he's shown resilience and consistency overall. And with Ja'Marr Chase's prime years ahead in Cincinnati, Higgins' departure makes sense for the Bengals. They're focusing on their young star receiver and trying to avoid losing Higgins for nothing next offseason. Now, let's talk about what this means specifically for the Bears. Adding Higgins would not only deepen their receiving core, but also create a true offensive threat that defenses will have to respect. Pairing him with Chase Claypool and Darnell Mooney, who had a solid 100 yards in 2025 with a PFF grade of 88.3, would give Justin Fields more options than ever. Higgins' ability to stretch the field would open up the underneath routes for Mooney and the intermediate game for other receivers. It would allow the Bears to diversify their passing attack, making it much harder for opponents to double-team or bracket coverage. Imagine a scenario where Higgins lines up on one side, stretching the field with his elite route running and contested catch ability, while Mooney works the middle and Chase Claypool provides a big target on the outside. This would send shockwaves through the NFC North and the entire NFC. The Bears would have an offense capable of putting up 260-plus passing yards per game, a significant boost from their current average of around 200 yards. That 18% increase in EPA deep would translate into more explosive plays, more scoring opportunities, and a much more dangerous offense overall. This move could also elevate Justin Fields' development. With a receiver like Higgins, who's proven to be a top-tier deep threat and reliable target, Fields would have more confidence to take shots downfield, leading to more big plays and potentially more wins. The synergy between the two could be electric, reminiscent of the explosive offenses of the mid-90s or even the recent Chiefs after acquiring big-name weapons. The Bears, who have been building patiently with their young core, might finally be ready to take that leap into serious playoff contention. And don't forget the playoff implications. The NFL playoff landscape is incredibly tight, and a move like this could swing the NFC North's balance of power. The Lions have been impressive this season, but with Higgins on the Bears, their aerial attack would be formidable. Football Outsiders simulations show that with Higgins, the Bears' playoff probability could jump from around 23% to nearly 49%. That's a huge leap, and it's not just about regular season success. It's about positioning for a deep run in the postseason, especially with the added experience and talent that Higgins brings. Now, looking at the big picture, this trade could be a pivotal moment in the Bears' quest for a Super Bowl. Think about the parallels with the 1995 Bears, who built around a potent receiving core and a tough physical defense. The current Bears have been making strides on defense, but their offense has needed that extra spark. Adding Higgins would ignite their aerial attack, making them a true threat in the NFC. It's about building a roster that can not only compete but dominate when it counts the most. The odds for the Bears to reach Super Bowl LVII or LXI, depending on the year, could skyrocket with a move like this. PointsBet's latest odds from December 2025 show the Bears' chances jumping from +40, 0 to +14, 0 after the potential trade. That's a massive increase, and it highlights how much of a game-changer Higgins could be. With his ability to score in the playoffs, he already has 8 career playoff touchdowns. He would be a weapon that elevates their chances in January. It's a move that signals serious ambition from the Bears, front office, and a clear message to the rest of the league. They're in to win now, and they're willing to make bold moves to get there. Of course, all of this hinges on the trade actually happening, but the signs are definitely pointing in that direction. The Bengals are clearly looking to rebuild their defense and manage their cap, and Higgins is a prime candidate to be moved. For Chicago, acquiring him would be a statement move, a signal that they're serious about contending in the NFC and making a deep playoff run. It would also send a message to their division rivals, especially the Lions and Packers, that the Bears are not just building for the future. They're ready to compete right now. In conclusion, this potential trade for T. Higgins is more than just a roster move. It's a strategic shift that could redefine the Bears' offense and their postseason chances. It echoes the days of explosive, high-powered offenses that dominated the league, and it fits perfectly with the Bears' current trajectory of building a balanced, dangerous team. If it happens, expect to see a Chicago team that's more lethal than ever, poised to make noise in the NFC and perhaps even bring home that long-awaited Super Bowl trophy. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Chicago Bears news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Chicago Bears fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential move? Do you think Higgins can be the piece that pushes the Bears over the edge? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Chicago Bears. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Chicago Bears news. Let's keep this passion alive and keep pushing forward, because the best is yet to come for our beloved Bears.